Hi team, I hope you're all well. Today we are going to be doing Steph Loves Bookopoly and choosing my December TBR. I am very excited about December. I will be having to take a punishment roll because I failed my November TBR epically. So out of the 8 books on my November TBR, I've managed to read 3 of them. I have read a little bit more than that, but they weren't on my Bookopoly TBR. So I have epically failed at November's TBR. So we are going to be adding on a punishment roll. It's been a mix of things. I have been slumping hard with life and reading massively. I also lost 2 friends in the last week and a half. Well, 2 weeks of, well, in the middle of November, so that happened as well, which also hasn't helped with my life slump and reading slump. So yeah, but I am looking forward to getting into December, to be perfectly honest. I just want to say goodbye to November now. I've had enough, just generally of the month as far as life's concerned. So I just want to say goodbye to it. I'm looking forward to December. It's my favourite month of the year. It is my birthday month as well as Christmas, which is my favourite holiday of the year. As you can tell, I've got my antlers on, I've got some little star earrings in, and I have my To The Pub Christmas jumper on, which has a reindeer hanging off the sign. So yeah, I am looking forward to December. I'm looking forward to a festive TBR hopefully, and seeing what Bookopoly has for us this month. I am also hosting my own readathon in the month of December as well, which is the Festive Readathon. I'll leave a link to the announcement up here if you haven't seen it yet. Feel free to come and take part. So I am looking forward to that. So once we've done the Bookopoly rolls, I will let you know what my TBR is for that. There is also Sprintathon, which is the week after the Festive Readathon, for Pris's Readathon. So I will, if I have come to a decision with my TBR with that, I will let you know with that as well at the end of the rolls. But otherwise, I may just kind of leave that one a little bit free and see how I'm feeling that week. So yeah, let's get into the rolls and start off by rolling the D12 die and finding out how many rolls we're going to have for the month of December. So as always, first things first, we are going to roll the D12 and see what we have to start off with. Awesome. So we have a 12. Great start. So naturally we started out with 12. Highest number we can possibly get on that die. So we're starting off with 13 rolls because we have the punishment roll in there as well for me not finishing my TBR in the month of November. So let's go, because this is going to be a long ass video, I can already tell. So last time we ended on small book, so that's where we'll be starting. And for the first roll we have 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Adult fantasy. So roll number 1 brought us an adult fantasy, and for this one I am actually going to pick a Patreon buddy read that I have with my patrons. If you want to know more about my Patreon, there is a link down below. But the first buddy read that we have for the months of November and December, usually we only do 1 buddy read as a bi-monthly buddy read, but we decided to pick 2 this time for you know, the festive season. And for this one I'm actually going to go for Guild by Raven Kennedy. This series, I have heard incredible things. I've heard not so great things about this book, but the rest of the series I've heard is incredible. So I'm really anticipating going into this one. On the back it just says gold. Gold floors, gold walls, gold furniture, gold clothes. In King Midas' castle, built at the top of the frozen mountains, everything is made of gold, even me. So I'm really looking forward to reading this one. It shouldn't take me too long to get through, I hope. It's less than 300 pages. So fingers crossed it shouldn't take me too long to get through, but this is an adult fantasy and it is the first book on my TBR. Roll number 2. We have 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have a middle grade. Roll number 2 brought us a middle grade, which I'm not mad about in the slightest, because I have the 3rd book in the Christmasaurus series, which is the Christmasaurus and the Naughty List by Tom Fletcher. I have been loving reading these for the last couple of years. I've really enjoyed the 1st and 2nd one, so I'm really looking forward to picking this one up. And this series follows a young boy called William Trundle, who is in a wheelchair, and we follow his dad as well, Bob Trundle. We follow the really this really mean girl called Brenda Payne who bullies William, and we follow the Christmasaurus, we follow Santa, and we follow a whole bunch of characters, and it's really, really good, and I really enjoy this series. Obviously disability rep in here if you are ever looking for a book that you need disability rep for a prompt. This series is great for it. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to continuing on with this one. This series is heavily illustrated. Look at the end papers, and also inside it's always heavily illustrated throughout, like this. And under the dust jacket, also illustrated. So very, very happy to have gotten this one on my list for December's TBR. Really looking forward to continuing on with this series. I love the audiobooks as well. Highly recommend those. Rule number 3. We have 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. A Kindle Unlimited book. Then we had a Kindle Unlimited book, and for this one I'm going to go for The Holiday X-Files by Jennifer Peel, and I'm looking forward to this one. This is one that I have just spotted very briefly on Instagram on somebody's post, and I love the cover of it. So I have got it on Kindle Unlimited, and the synopsis says, "Once upon a time people called me the Holiday Queen, but catching my husband under the Christmas tree with another woman kind of did something to me. Like make me digitally crop him out of all of our wedding photos and post them online. Who knew that post would go viral? Thanks to all the requests I received to do the same for other jilted partners, I started a new business called The Holiday X-Files, and I couldn't be happier. Well, at least I'm not unhappy. Then along comes my ex-husband's best friend, Noah Cullen. Yep, like the vampires, he's extremely gorgeous like them too. He has a plan to help me believe in the magic of holidays again, but the more I'm around him, I begin to think he's the magical one, and that perhaps I picked the wrong best friend to be with. Maybe, just maybe, it will be a very Merry Christmas after all." I am so here for this. That's the first time I've read the synopsis. It said The Holiday and X-Files, so I was here for it. Like, put those two things together, why the hell not? But that synopsis sounds awesome, so I am very much so looking forward to this one, and I cannot wait to pick it up. We are flying around this board. Rule number 4. We have a double, awesome, and we have 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. A pull pick. Roll number 4 was a double, so we're now up to 14 rolls in total, but it also brought us a poll pick, which is awesome. So I just did a very rapid fire poll on Twitter. Let me get the results up for you. I know which book won, but I can't remember what the actual percentage of the results were. So the options were Under the Whispering Door by TJ Klune, Certain Dark Things by Sylvia Marino Garcia, and Jade Fire Gold by June C.L. Tan. So the results were 14% for Certain Dark Things. Y'all are not interested in this one too much. I think the cover for this is stunning. Very excited about that one. We had 29% for Jade Fire Gold. Very close. But we had a whopping 57% for Under the Whispering Door by TJ Klune, which is one of my most anticipated books of the year. So I'm really excited to get this one on my TBR. I've been wanting to pick this up since it came through. So this is the Illumicrate edition, which is absolutely stunning, and underneath the dust jacket it looks like this. Very excited for this one indeed. So the synopsis says, "Welcome to Charon's Crossing. The tea is hot, the scones are fresh, and the dead are just passing through. When a reaper comes to collect Wallace from his own sparsely attended funeral, Wallace is outraged, but he begins to suspect that she's right and he is in fact dead. Then, when Hugo, owner of a most peculiar tea shop, promises to help him cross over, Wallace reluctantly accepts the truth. Yet even in death he refuses to abandon his life, even though he spent all of it working. But as Wallace drinks tea with Hugo and talks to his customers, he wonders if he's been missing something. The feeling grows as he shares jokes with the resident ghost, manifests embarrassing footwear, and notices the stars. So, when he's given 1 week to pass through the door to the other side, Wallace sets about living a lifetime in just 7 days. I'm so looking forward to this one. I know it's just going to be so wholesome, but also like have some heartbreaking moments in it. So I'm really looking forward to this one. I think it's going to be a real eye-opener, and I cannot wait to pick this one up. Roll number 5. We have 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Romance. Then we landed on romance, thank goodness. I have been wanting to get so many holiday romances on my TBR, and so far we have uno. So let's see what we can do. I've got In a Holidays by Christina Lauren, which is the other Patreon buddy read that I have with my Patreons for the months of November and December, so I'm really looking forward to this one. I have heard mixed things actually, but I am still looking forward to it. I got this last year and I just didn't get a chance to pick it up, so I'm looking forward to it. I think there is an element of magical realism in here as well. So on the back it says, it's the most wonderful time of the year, but not for Malin Jones. She's living with her parents, hates her going nowhere job, and has just made a romantic error of epic proportions. But perhaps worst of all, this is the last Christmas May will be in her favourite place in the world. The snowy Utah cabin where she and her family have spent holidays every year since she was born, along with 2 other beloved families. Mentally melting down as she drives away from the cabin for the final time, May throws out what she thinks is a simple plea to the universe. Please, show me what will make me happy. The next thing she knows, tires screech and metal collides, everything goes black. But when May gasps awake, she's on an aeroplane bound for Utah, where she begins the same holiday over again. With one hilarious disaster after another sending her back to the plane, May must figure out how to break free of the strange time loop and finally get her true love under the mistletoe. Jam-packed with Yuletide cheer and unforgettable cast of characters and Christina Lauren's trademark downright hilarious high jinks, this swim-worthy romance read will make you believe in the power of wishes and the magic of the holidays. I'm so looking forward to this one. So yeah, very excited about this one. Roll number 6. We have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Another middle grade. Then we landed on another middle grade, which I'm really happy about because one of the books that I really wanted to get to during Readathon I didn't get a chance to pick up. So I am going to pick it up in December instead, and that is Winter House by Ben Gutterson. This is the middle grade monthly pick for the month of November, so I will be a month late, but I really wanted to pick it up. So this one is about, still got my ticket in here for bloody Readathon. This one says, Orphan Elizabeth Summers' malevolent Aunt Purdy and Uncle Burlap ship her off to the ominous Winter House Hotel, owned by the peculiar Norbridge Falls. Upon arrival, Elizabeth quickly discovers that Winter House has many charms, mostly notably its massive library. It's not long before she locates a magical book of puzzles that will unlock a mystery involving Norbridge and his sinister family. But as she uncovers the hotel's secrets, Elizabeth starts to realise that she is somehow connected to Winter House for better or for worse. Mystery, adventure and beautiful writing combine in this exciting debut set within a hotel full of secrets. It sounds so wonderful, so really looking forward to this one. It's heavily illustrated as well, which I'm really looking forward to. Roll number 7. We have a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A community shelf card. And we have most anticipated. Then we landed on a community shelf card, and the card was for a most anticipated read, and this one I decided to go for a most anticipated book that I actually put on my end of year TBR, and I am going to go for The Legacy by L. Kennedy, which is book 5 in the off-campus series. I have really been highly anticipating this one since I finished the series earlier on in the year, and it's not that long, it's less than 300 pages, so I am looking forward to this one. This goes back and follows the different couples, the 4 different couples that have been in the campus series previously, 3 years after they have graduated. So we have 4 stories, 4 couples, 3 years of real life after graduation, a wedding, a proposal, an elopement and a surprise pregnancy. Can you guess which couple is which? So I'm really looking forward to this one. There is so much drama in this series and it can be a little bit cringe at times, but I just really enjoy it. It's so good. So I'm highly anticipating this one. Roll number 8. We have 3. 1, 2, 3. A chance card. This is going well. We have finish a series. Then we landed on a chance card, and we are to finish a series. So for this one, I have picked The Winter of the Witch by Catherine Arden, which is the 3rd and final book in the Winter Night trilogy. And I have been meaning to pick this up for ages now. I read the first 2. Did I read the first one in this year or was it last year? I can't remember, but I've been meaning to pick this up for ages now. It is the 3rd and final book. And this series follows a young girl called Vasya, who basically is brought up by this older woman who tells her tales of the ghosts and the animals in the woods and things like that. Tells her loads and loads of tales, and it turns out that Vasya can actually see the house ghosts and things like that. So it turns out these are not just tales, she actually fully believes in them. We not only follow Vasya, but we follow her siblings as well, but mostly we're following Vasya, and it's really, really good. I really enjoy it. It's very whimsical, very magical, and I just really enjoy this story a lot. So I am looking forward to finishing this series off and getting it boxed off for the year. Roll number 9. Ooh, we got 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my god, is this a joke? Another community shelf card. We have Sit Still. A mood read. Nice. Okay. Then we landed on another community shelf card, and in this one we got mood read, which I'm really happy about. I am going to be flexible with this, and if I want to change it out I will do. To be fair, I'm flexible anyway, and if I ever want to change a book out I do. But my current mood has been wanting for about a week and a half now to read Gods of Jade and Shadow by Silvia Moreno Garcia. So I want to pick this up. My mood could change, and that's the whole point in a mood read card, but right now the book that I'm going to put towards this card is Gods of Jade and Shadow. I have had this for a little while now, and I really do want to pick this up. I am really interested to see whether or not Silvia Moreno Garcia's writing will be for me in stories, because they are very much historical fantasy. So I'm looking forward to this one, but the synopsis says, the jazz age is in full swing, but it's passing Cassiope ton by. She's too busy scrubbing floors in her wealthy grandfather's house to do anything more than dream of a life far from her dusty little town in southern Mexico. A life she could call her own. This dream is impossible, distant as the stars, until the day Cassiopeia opens a curious chest in her grandfather's room and accidentally frees an ancient Mayan god of death. He offers her a deal. If Cassiopeia helps him recover his throne from his treacherous brother, he will grant her whatever she desires. Success will make her every dream come true, but failure will see her lost forever. In the company of the strangely alluring god and armed only with her wits, Cassiopeia begins an adventure that will take her on a cross-country odyssey from the jungles of Yucatan to the bright lights of Mexico City and deep into the darkness of Zayabalba, the Mayan underworld. Mixing the excitement of the Roaring Twenties with the pre-Hispanic mythology, Gods of Jade and Shadow is a vivid, wildly imaginative historical fantasy. This sounds really wonderful, and I love the whole, you know, letting loose a god and then making a deal with them. I love that shit. I live for it. So I'm really excited about that side of things. I just hope, like, the whole jazz age thing, Jade has said that you barely even notice it. So I am looking forward to this one, and I think it's going to be a really good one. So this is the one for my mood read. Roll number 10. We have 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Another poll pick. Then we landed on another poll pick, so I did yet another rapid fire poll for Twitter. I will be doing a separate poll pick for my Squad 312 patrons because they get to pick a book for me every single month. So I will be doing a separate one for them. But the books that I picked for this one were The Holiday Swap by Maggie Knox. I picked Just Haven't Met You Yet by Sophie Cousins, and I also picked 8 Perfect Hours by Leah Lois. And the poll results were 8 Perfect Hours got 22%, Just Haven't Met You Yet got 26%, and The Holiday Swap won with 52%. So excited to get another festive read on my TBR. The synopsis for this one says, when chef Charlie Goodwin gets hit on the head on a set of her reality baking show, she loses a lot more than consciousness. She also loses her ability to taste and smell, both critical to her success as a show judge. Meanwhile, Charlie's identical twin Cass is frantically trying to hold her own life together back in their quaint mountain hometown while running the family's bustling bakery and dealing with her ex, who won't get the memo that they're over. I can see where this is going, and I already live through it. With only days until Christmas, a desperate Charlie asks Cass to do something they haven't done since they were kids: switch places. Looking for her own escape from reality, Cass agrees, but temporarily trading lives proves more complicated than imagined, especially when rugged firefighter Jake Greenman and gorgeous physician assistant Miguel Rodriguez are thrown into the mix. Will the twins' identity swap be a recipe for disaster, or does it have all the right ingredients for getting their lives back on track? Oh my god, I'm already living for this. I'm very, very excited indeed. It sounds fantastic, so really looking forward to this one. Roll number 11. We have 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Another adult fantasy. Then we landed on another adult fantasy, and y'all are going to think I'm crazy for adding this to my TBR because we're already, you know, this is book 11. We're already struggling, but I'm going to put on The Crown of Gilded Bones by JLA because this is also on my end of year TBR, and I really want to work my way through that TBR. I'm sick of making like fall TBR, winter TBR, and not doing him. So the end of year TBR, I am determined. I don't know what else is on it. I'm gonna have to review it and see if there's anything else I need to put on, but this was on there, so I do want to get through it. It's not a small book. This is the Fairy Loot special edition, and in this edition we have 492 pages. I know it's a bit thicker in the paperback, but I have unhauled those now. So yeah, I want to read this one. This is a series that follows a girl called Poppy, who is a maiden. She is made, essentially, she is meant to be left pure so that she can ascend. However, it turns out that she's probably been living a lie, and she ends up meeting this guy called Hawk, who is her new bodyguard kind of thing. And it turns out her entire life has been a lie, and there are all different kinds of monsters in here. It's very, very good. I absolutely love this series, and it looks like we're getting a little bit more into the spiciness of this series as well. So really, really enjoying this so far and having a great time with it. I loved the second one. It was so freaking good. So I'm looking forward to this one. I have heard mixed reviews about this one, so I'm a little bit nervous, but I am excited to continue on with it, and then I can get into the next second series. Like, there's a spin-off series from this one, so highly anticipating this one. Rule number 12 is obviously a double. 1, 2, a gifted book. Then we landed on a gifted book, so I could have waited to see what I got for my birthday, but I didn't want to do that. So what I'm going to do is actually pick a book that's been gifted to me by a publisher. So Harper360 have sent me a copy of You Can Go Your Own Way by Eric Smith, and this does come out in December. I think it's December 9th, if I am correct in saying so. Yes, December 9th this comes out in the UK. So this is a YA romance book, I think, and on the back it says, no one ever said love would be easy, but did they mention it would be freezing? Former best friends Adam Stillwater and Whitney Mitchell have barely spoken for 4 years, not since Adam's dad died and Whitney's dad rocketed to success with his chain of gaming cafes. But when a mishap at the Stillwater family's failing pinball arcade turns into an all-out Twitter warfare, these two are pulled back into each other's lives. Then a snowstorm covers the city, trapping Adam and Whitney in the arcade together and forcing them to face this unexpected new spark between them. Can they take a chance on something that they never imagined, or will this night mark the true end of their friendship? This sounds incredibly similar to Tweet Cute, which I haven't read, but I know the general gist of. And also there is another one called, I don't think I have it anymore actually. I think I unhauled it, but there's another one that it sounds quite similar to. Is it Verona Comics? Yes, Verona Comics is the other one. So it sounds quite similar to that, with the whole, you know, rival work family thing, but then coming together and there being a romance. But it sounds really good, and I am here for it. It's not too long either, so just over 300. We've got like 330 pages ish. So I am looking forward to this one. Thank you again to Harper360 for sending me a copy of this one. So this is going to be my gifted book. Rule number 13 is 3. 1, 2, 3, a romance. Then we had another romance, which I'm really excited for, so I wanted to get another holiday romance on here, and for this one I'm going to go for Window Shopping by Tessa Bailey. My physical copy is en route to me, so I am looking forward to this one. And the synopsis of this one says, a sizzling standalone feel-good holiday romance from Tessa Bailey. New York Times bestselling author of It Happened One Summer. I haven't read that one yet, but I've loved Tessa Bailey's previous books. 2 weeks before Christmas, and all through Manhattan, shop windows are decorated in red and green satin. I'm standing alone in front of the famous Vivient department store when a charming man named Aidan asked my opinion of the decor. Is this rhyming, or am I going mental? 2 weeks before Christmas, and all through Manhattan, shop windows are decorated in red and green satin. I'm standing alone in front of the famous Vivient department store when a charming man named Aidan asked my opinion of the decor. Oh my god, it rhymes! Holy shit, Tessa Bailey, you clever little sausage. It's a tragedy in tinsel, I say, unable to lie. He asked for a better idea with a twinkle in his eye. Did I know he owned the place? No. He put me on the spot. Now I'm working for that man, trying to ignore that he's hot. But as a down on her luck girl with difficult past, I know an opportunity when I see one and I have to make it last. I'll put my heart and soul into dressing his holiday windows. I'll work without stopping. And when we lose the battle within temptation, I'll try and remember that I'm just window shopping. Oh, I freaking love that. That's amazing. Honestly, you know how many times I just put books on my wish list or buy them without reading the synopsis? It happens too often, especially when it's an author that's an auto buy for me, like Tessa Bailey. So I'm really excited about that book, clearly. So yeah, very, very excited about that one. It sounds fantastic. I freaking love that the synopsis is a poem. That's so clever. So yeah, excited about Window Shopping by Tessa Bailey. Rule number 14 is 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A 5-star prediction. Rule number 14 was a 5-star prediction, and for this one we got The Hating Game by Sally Thorne. I went through my 5-star predictions. I still have like The Mask Falling by Samantha Shannon on there, which is freaking massive. I haven't finished Potkin and Stupp's Ghost Catchers yet. I have Ready Player One on there. I have A Vow So Bold and Deadly on there. I am not going to finish that list. Not this side of this year anyway. But I decided that I wanted to pick this one up because I know that the movie has now come out or is on its way out, and everyone's, well, not everyone, but Tracy's been tagging me in the trailer, and I've been stopping myself from watching it. She knows why I haven't watched it yet, but I've been stopping myself from watching it. So it's about time I read this goddamn book. I've heard incredible things. I believe this is an office romance with enemies to lovers, and on the back it says, Nemesis, 1, a long-standing rival and arch enemy. 2, a person's undoing. 3, Joshua Templeman. Lucy Hutton, baker of cakes, charming assistant and professional nice girl, is waging war. She's got the whole office on her side except for tall, dark and charmless Joshua Templeman. He's been nothing but hostile since the moment they met, and now it feels like nothing matters as much as taking him down. Trapped together under the fluorescent lights, they become entrenched in an addictive rivalry. There's the staring game, the mirror game, the HR game. Lucy can't let Josh beat her at anything especially with a huge promotion comes up for grabs. Finally, she's going to destroy the man she can't seem to get out of her office, the man she hates, the man who's taken up far too much space in her head. If Lucy wins, she'll be Joshua's boss. If she loses, she'll resign. The race is on, but the real games have only just begun. Sounds so good. I've heard incredible things, so I am looking forward to this one. And hopefully our 15th and final rule, which is 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A graphic novel or manga, thank goodness. And then the 15th and final book, thank the Lord. I don't think I've had a TBR this large for a while. I mean, November's was large, but the 15th and final book was a graphic novel. Thank goodness. But naturally, I can't just pick a small graphic novel and help myself out, can I? So, we're going for Lore Olympus by Rachel Smith, Volume 1. So I've heard really good things about this one. This is the Illumicrate edition with the sprayed edges, and it's signed, and on the back it says scandalous gossip, wild parties and forbidden love. Witness what the gods do after dark in this stylish and contemporary reimagining of one of mythology's best known stories from creator Rachel Smith. Why am I struggling? Persephone, young goddess of spring, is new to Olympus. Her mother Demeter has raised her in the mortal realm, but after Persephone's promises to train as a sacred virgin, she's allowed to live in the fast-moving, glamorous world of the gods. When her roommate Artemis takes her to a party, her entire life changes. She ends up meeting Hades and feeling an immediate spark with the charming yet misunderstood ruler of the underworld. Now Persephone must navigate the confusing politics and relationships that rule Olympus, while also figuring out her own place and her own power. So it sounds very, very good. This is a web comic, I believe, but yeah, really looking forward to reading this one. So glad that I have managed to get a graphic novel on here. And that, friends, is what my December TBR looks like. Very large. We also have, let me take a quick peek at my notes, The Holiday X-Files and Window Shopping as well, that I don't physically own yet. Well, Window Shopping I'm going to be physically owning, the Holiday X-Files not. So yeah, 15 books, none of which I made easy on myself, as usual, but I'm really looking forward to them all. I love that I've got some Christmas reads on here, some middle grade, some adult, a bit of fantasy as well. It would be nice to get back into my adult fantasy a little bit because I've been really missing it and I would like to try and get back into it. So yeah, I am really looking forward to all of those reads. And then we have the Festive Readathon, which I need to tell you about my TBR. So for the Festive Readathon, I may double up with some of these and change my mind partway through. It just depends on how busy my week ends up being. But I am hoping to get through all of these books in this week because I think it would be really cool to do so. So the prompts for this readathon, I should know my own prompts, but the prompts for this readathon, we have a festive word in the title. And for this one, I'm going to go for the Christmasaurus. And the naughty list, we have Christmas in the title. Santa is on the front, so I'm not sure how much more festive you can get than that. Then we have snow on the cover, and for this one we're going to go for Winter House by Ben Gutterson. This does have snow on the cover, there's snow on the trees, so snow. Then we have an anticipated read, and for this one I'm going to go for Window Shopping by Tessa Bailey. You've just seen me freak out about this one, so it's very much so an anticipated read. Then red or green on the cover, to be fair. Window Shopping could have worked, but I'm going to go for In a Holidays by Christina Lauren. There is both red and green on this cover. It's very, very green, but also red with the baubles and stuff. Then an illustrated cover, and for this one I'm going to go for The Holiday Swap by Maggie Knox. This is an illustrated cover, very much so illustrated, and I am excited about that one also. And then a book set in winter, so for this one I'm going to go for The Holiday X-Files. So I have picked separate books for each of the prompts, the reading prompts anyway, because we also have the self-care box and the watch a movie, a festive movie one as well, and then the free one in the middle. But generally my TBR is going to look like this, plus Window Shopping and the Holiday X-Files as well. So we'll see whether or not I get through all of that. I don't anticipate that I will, but I can double up. So for example, all of these actually, quite frankly, are illustrated. Winter is a festive word. Holiday to me is a festive word, so any of these count for that. So, you know, I can double up, I can triple up on some of these, but those are the books that I would like to get to for the Festive Readathon. And then for Sprintathon, again, this is subject to change. I could change my mind on this depending on what I want to read in the first week of December. But there are 3 like reading prompts specifically. So the first reading prompt is ready, set, go, read a book you're excited about. So for this one, I am going to go for The Legacy by Elle Kennedy. I am really excited about picking this one up. So that'll be a good one to go for. Then you have exhaustion hits, read a book that intimidates you. So I am going to pick up The Crown of Gilded Bones by JLA. To be honest, none of these books particularly intimidate me, but this is the chunkiest one on my TBR, I think, for the month of December, so I'm going to put that one on. Also, I am nervous because of the mixed reviews and I'm terrified that I'm going to hate it. So yeah, we're going to do The Crown of Gilded Bones for that one. And then the last prompt is to pick a book up of under 300 pages. Now, for this one, the only book that's on my TBR that's under 300 pages is Guild, but I feel like I will have already read this. I kind of want to read this really, really soon, so like the first week of December. So I feel like I'll have already read this one. So that's an option if I haven't already read it. But I think nothing else on my TBR is under 300 pages. So I don't think, anyway, what was the other one? Yeah, so I think my other option is Certain Dark Things by Silvia Moreno Garcia, which is one of the books that was an option for one of the poll picks. This has like 238 pages or something, 240 pages. It's very small indeed. So I think this could be an option also. So my Sprintathon TBR may look like this, or it could look like this, or it could look entirely different. Who the heck knows? But just, we're going to say it looks like this for the time being. So Crown of Gilded Bones, The Legacy, and also Certain Dark Things. For argument's sake, that's what we're going to say it looks like. So I hope you have enjoyed this video. I know it's going to be a long ass video, and I apologise. Well, I would apologise, but I think y'all enjoy these videos, so it's fine. And I'm really excited about everything that I'm going to read in the month of December, and I hope you are too. Let me know in the comments down below if you've read any of these, or if we're reading some of the same books, or if you're taking part in the Festive Readathon. And yeah, I shall see you in the next one. Bye for now.